you know, everybody speaks to their higher self in their own way, and that's really like what I would love to see all of us collectively bring to the table. You know, some of you guys have brought in the violet flame and introduced me to the holy fire, and Paul has helped me to understand how to navigate through my energy systems and really what my chi feels like. And through those practices and through my husband being a part of this journey with me from the beginning, it has really been amazing, beyond amazing, to collaborate with like-minded people. So I'm really blessed and really honored that all of you guys took time out of your Sunday to, you know, help me pop my cherry of expanding my awareness.
Well, hey, no problem.
You said that expression the other day, was it?
Notice Paul comes on right when you say
Yeah,
that, right?
I mean, what can I say, guys? I mean,
Just good timing.
hey, you know, I was sitting there quietly until I heard the good news, you know. And I want to thank Chuck, too, for holding the divine masculine there, too.
Hello,
Yeah.
I'm always here.
Lucky.
I hope.
Here, Paul, I wanted, all of you, I wanted to introduce you
Yes.
to my youngest daughter, Samantha,
Hello.
Oops.
Hi, Samantha.
and Nicole, my oldest daughter, will be back.
Hi. Hey,
Hello.
hello. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Where's little Mr. Mystic? I lost y'all for a second. There's the little angel. World, here's our future mystical teacher of the new earth, Mystic. He's transmitting right now through his heart chakra.
And then this is my granddaughter, Olivia.
Hi.
Hi, Olivia.
Hi.
La
Hi.
familia.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, we're sending all of you our love, light.
Thank you.
blessings. You have an awesome family.
Thank you.
We all have awesome family right here.
Yes, la
Yes.
familia.
Miss Naomi Moore is also joining us today too, and this beautiful
Yes.
goddess, she works a lot with, well, Naomi, why don't you tell us what you do? You've got some energies that you carry that are beyond anything I've experienced, so I don't know. I don't really know that I have human words for it.
I think we lost her.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
I work a lot, pretty much daily with the violet flame. I love it. All the energies I've experienced. Worked with many goddesses, gods. There's so many tools that have been thrown at me that I've just, I like to write. I don't know what to say about the energies. I like to work with them all. They feel so amazing. Lately, I've really been feeling them go up and down my spine quite a bit. Like, completely.
The waves
Like,
are
there's
coming in
times I'll
fully
feel
now.
I'm on fire,
You
man.
can't
I am
stop them.
on
You can't
fire.
stop them.
Yeah, be careful.
Can't
I'm gonna
stop,
burn you
won't
like I did
stop.
Bridget that day. Man, I don't know. I can definitely feel wings.
Yeah, the etheric wings
Oh man,
expanding into
Yeah.
eternity.
that's an intense feeling. You know,
Yeah,
I kind of like that sensation in the back there.
and it's with the blue eagle wave.
A lot of
so,
that.
yeah, it's all connected.
Okay, I'm ready to do some energy work.
Okay,
you guys-
real quick, did anyone like Beth? Did you want to talk about anything or promote anything before we get to the
Okay.
next thing?
I did actually. I'm actually starting a free program. I was inspired to kind of do something that is going to make it accessible to everybody. So I've got a group that I started on Facebook called Awaken Your Soul Fire. And I would love it if you guys want to join in because
Oh, yeah.
I would love it.
I'm not going to start the actual program probably till the first week in June, although with everything going on, I may start it earlier. But the program is called From Suffering to Sovereignty. And so it'll be like 5 days back to back of live webinars. So we'll be interacting live, and I'm developing a workbook that you can download that it can kind of help them walk through the process. And
What's the name of the page again, Beth?
it's a Facebook group. It's going to be Awaken Your Soul Fire is the name of the Facebook group. And the reason I'm doing that is kind of keep it private and contained. So that the people who are in the group only have access to the live videos.
Right behind by James's coffee.
I would love that. That would be
Can you
awesome.
post a link? Can you post the link on the group?
Yeah, I'll be happy to.
Okay, and I just want to tell you, Beth, really
Thank
quick,
you.
that I was getting chills when you were saying that, honey. So you're right on, baby.
I appreciate that.
Amanda, post your links too, because Amanda also does Arbonne, which is clean, healthy living. There's several nutritional supplements and shakes and water additives and makeup and skincare and all kinds of good stuff that is available that she also does as well. She also is a yogi. A yogi, you are a yogi.
Yes.
You're a yoga teacher and a Reiki master teacher as well. So Amanda does have some really awesome things that she can offer as well. And I know some of you, I have connected with her on some of the stuff that she does, but all of us are sharing each other's stuff on Facebook, and it just seemed appropriate to see the faces, like put a little bit of some personal touch to everybody's work that we happen to be sharing with each other.
Yeah, and then Paul, also, you had mentioned that, for us to bring in guests and stuff, or, that idea anyway,
Yeah,
right?
I was talking about our team collaborating with other groups and people. I know many each one of us are working with people outside of this group. So I know a lot of you, people that you're working with want to maybe collaborate on some live streams or transmissions.
I've actually got a lot of that in the works too.
You do, Beth?
I said I've got several things on that I wanted to mention in the works too. I've got an interview that I actually did this week with Laura Eisenhower.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for a few. So I'll upload that, but she's also a roundtable on near-death experience with other folks. So that'll be cool.
Hey Beth, hold on. We're getting some kind of weird.
Some noise. Can't hear.
Yeah, if we can mute, because it was breaking up there. So
Yeah,
I'm
it was bad
mute
feedback.
everyone.
These glasses are so hot.
Are they?
Why are they so hot? Yeah, it's no way better. No, it's gonna take me an hour to do my other one. What are you guys looking?
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
What happened? Hello. I think he muted himself instead of us.
Gun. Son of a gun. There's a
Hello, Paul. Wake up.
I can do this.
It's all,
Okay.
oh.
Let me, I'm going to do it this time. Watch.
Yeah.
Did you? I unmuted you, Beth. Sorry, Nada. Okay, here we go. Can you hear me, Beth?
I can.
Okay, can you say that again? Because
Yes, I can't see everybody because I'm on my tiny phone. So.
oh, really?
But anyway, so what was the last thing you guys heard?
something about something was going to happen on Facebook, and then no, I don't know. Maybe just repeat the whole thing.
Okay, that's no problem. So I started a group on Facebook, and it's a private group, but I was asking if everybody wanted to come and join. You're more than welcome to. It's called Awaken Your Soul Fire. And I'm getting ready to launch a free program. It's going to be a live-webinar, right? So it's like kind of like a webinar, but it'll be live. So when it launches, it'll be like back-to-back 5 days. It's called From Suffering to Sovereignty. And I just felt inspired to put that out for people who maybe can't afford, you know, for whatever reason, they might be in a position where they just can't afford to get started. And so that's something I wanted to put out, not just for you guys, but to share that too. And if you end up doing a group for the Divine 44, we can put that in there. And I'm happy to share things that other people have going on too. You guys just gotta let me know about it. And I'll check the group more too to see what people are posting, so I'll know to share that out.
I think what you were saying too was that you did an interview with Laura Eisenhower.
Yeah, we finally we did that on Monday. We have tried to do this interview like 4 or 5 times, and something happened every single time. It was either on her end or something would happen with me, like my family, and we didn't get to do it. But we finally connected on Monday. I mean, it was like, no, it was Monday or Tuesday. It was whatever day Mercury was just like completely out of retrograde. And the last couple of days prior to that, I had just these kind of experiences like what you've had, Paul, like with the void. So yeah, it was a really great interview with Laura Eisenhower. So she put that on her private podcast. You have to be a subscriber, but she's given me permission to publish it. So I'll be putting that up here in the next few days. And then she's also invited me to do a roundtable discussion with a couple other people who have had near-death experiences. So that'll be coming out too. But I've got a lot of people that are light workers just like us who are reaching out to me, or we've made an agreement to kind of like do interviews with each other. And I see that as just a wonderful thing happening, because I mentioned to you, Paul, I see this convergence happening, and all of us are being connected, you know. And I feel like that's the one super good thing that's coming from the internet, is for all of us to kind of be connected and create this network where we're sharing each other, we're working together, we're collaborating, you know, and we're channeling messages for the collective or whatever it is that's happening with us, right? Or we're healing and teaching and speaking and sharing our experiences with each other. Because the more that we do that, it's kind of like, what was it you put out? A blueprint, a divine blueprint that Paul put out, like what, a couple years ago? And I think we all probably did it. To me, I feel like anytime we flip this camera on and we start speaking and sharing the source stuff, it transmutes into AI. So, you know, and any other, you know, forces that are trying to interfere with this ascension process. So,
I'm
yeah.
only artificially intelligent part of the time. Most of the time.
Me too.
Fake it till you make it, all right? One day I'm going to be really intelligent, damn it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, we're all connecting on the etheric and the physical. You know, it's happening. We're rising up, you know, and connecting and building and visioning. So anything we can collaborate on. So I know we're going to do a lot more in the future. So, you know, just put in the group, like, because I mean.
Yeah, and I'm open to anything. Like, if you guys want to do interviews with each other, put those up about our experiences. Like, I love talking about our mutual experiences, or just, it don't have to be mutual, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a super spiritual experience, something wonderful happens, it's good to share it. People need to hear that.
And like I was saying earlier, I'll create a Facebook like Divine 44 group that you can bring all your people to, and then you can connect with each other, and then whoever wants to collaborate can, and then like once a week or whenever we can all kind of get together and then have guests join us instead of just a private collective would be good too. So always just let me know, because people will tell me, you know, like Laura Eisenhower or someone wants to join us, and then 2 weeks ago by, you you know, that's like a year ago, you know, with all these
I
timelines.
don't know how that is.
I'm like, what happened yesterday? You know?
Yeah.
But so I know, let's see. Thought, did Bridget disappear? I got into some weird view here. Here we go. Kapow, superpowers activate. I saw your little so did anyone else want to share anything before the
I have
fun?
a question. So, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. I have issues with technology
Don't we
to
all?
some degree. To some degree.
We don't. They have
Um,
issues with us. We don't have issues with them.
It's amazing some of the things I found out on it, but it has nothing to do with the actual using of it. So anyways, I work a lot with like the rays of illumination, the 12 ways of deity, like the rays of the Elohim. Does anybody else work with that stuff? I mean, like play with it and
Yeah, I think most of us work with a lot of those energies, you know, especially like the violet flame's a big one. I know Nada grew up in that. Hey, let Nada let Nada tell you what's going on with the violet flame.
right.
One of the artists for what was he?
Who?
Your
You're talking about now I'm gonna draw a blank.
I am with the
Yeah, that
the
when he
Ascended Masters and stuff.
yeah, well when Charles Sindelar is his name, when he drew like painted the pictures of the masters, the first one he appeared Jesus appeared to him in his study, and he was not a religious man at all. He had, matter of fact, he had drawn the first Quaker Oats guy, you know, the original one. He was the one that did that, and he was not a religious man, and Jesus appeared to him in his study 3 nights in a row. And then he went and told his wife, I think I'm gonna die or something's going on, like I don't what's, and his wife goes, well, hello, you're an artist, he wants you to paint his portrait. And so then after that, all the masters started appearing to him, and he painted their pictures and different things. Yeah, and that was in the I Am activity.
Yeah, you grew up with the prophets, right? You all know like Elizabeth Prophet and all them.
Well, a Claire Prophet was a break off from the I Am activity.
Yeah, from the I Am, but you knew
Yeah.
that family, right? So
I knew all of them, and the, I mean, my dad knew personally the Sindelars and the everyone in the original Saint Germain Foundation, and he went to the Shrine Auditorium when he was actually giving all the dictations. Yeah,
I was just bringing that up, Naomi, because you know, a lot of that's the art you're talking about stem back to the I Am.
that's where it all comes from. That's when it came through.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a good connection if you haven't connected with that work.
Yeah.
But most of us in this group have worked. And what other energy were you working with lately?
Elohim.
Oh, the Elohim.
The Elohim, yeah, like
yes.
I must have boxes and boxes of things I've been writing. I must write almost 100 pages of stuff a day. I've been told to put the pen down. But yeah, there was like a certain put the pen down. There was something on there about working with the Elohim, like Hercules and stuff like that was in there. Yeah, there's just all sorts of different things, like so many tools, like I said, boxes of stuff written. Man, so many different ways you can go and bring in some beautiful creations. It's just, I leave it to my higher self to really conduct whatever it wants, you know, whatever we want.
I mean, we're all getting these. I mean, anyone that's, you know, part of this ascension process, we're getting constant downloads. I'm like you, I have to turn it off. Like in the morning, I'll just take 50 notes, and then by the end of the day, you know, by the middle of the day, half of it's gone. You know, like you get this download of inspiration. That's why I tell people, grab a pen and paper, because boom, it's in, and then like 5 minutes later, it could be gone. You know, so the hard drive rebooting constantly. You know.
Man, and like the funny thing is I've been playing, and I found this called the Reverse Dictionary, and it actually helped ignite some quantum writing. It was pretty funny. Bridget kind of knows what I'm talking about hacking the matrix in certain ways. Like, I don't know. I really laugh in some odd directions, but they're actually kind of fun. I don't mind. But yeah.
There's actually
There's-
nothing odd about that. That's actually normal for us.
Right.
Maybe for the collective, but
I
who
have a
wants
blast.
normal?
I
You know,
have a
normal's
blast.
boring, you know.
Right? Now if they'd start telling me more jokes.
Oh, yeah. They got a good sense of humor. They like to.
Right.
I'm like
Oh,
one of
they
their
do.
Aokas.
Right. Yeah, the
I
few
keep them
jokes.
entertained constantly with my nonsense. I tell people on my YouTube, the Paul Butler Prime Disclosure stuff. I said that's one of my personalities. I have about 15.
I've noticed that, right?
The only difference is they're not split personalities. They all know each other, so that's what makes it different, you know? It's not a disorder. It's order out of chaos, you know.
Yeah.
As I'm looking at a box in the corner of this garage that says crazy splits. You just happened to say that.
Don't make it go into the splits. I remember banana split.
Right.
Banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4.
Hey, that's not funny. I had the Lollipop Kid song in my head yesterday. It just wouldn't leave. I don't know.
And if anyone wants to add anything, just unmute yourself. I just muted because there were some weird background noises going. And we'll go into the void. Oh. See, I didn't travel to the void. I am the void. So I brought the void with me through the portal on Pachamama Day, the divine feminine. But can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
I can.
Oh, okay. And like this weird silence came. I'm like, okay, I'm talking to myself again. But actually talking to everyone is talking to myself. So I'm used to it, you know.
So what kind of experiences are you guys having with the void? Like, I don't know. I've been going pretty deep, and then there's times, I don't know. It's just been definitely an experience I'd like to talk about, because a lot of people that try to reach out, I can't keep up on some of the messages on Facebook thing, but they're like, well, what is this like? And I don't know how to express that. I don't know. I only know my own journey and my own experiences. So I would just like to ask you guys to share what experiences you guys are having with this void.
I'm gonna add something real quick, and then everyone can share. You know, in the Taoist arts and the Buddhist and even the Native American, like the you know, that 0 point energy, that still point is basically the portal that leads you to that void, that emptiness, that stillness. And what is beyond that, we call the best name that the Zen masters and the Taoist masters came up with. We say great mystery. So in Zen Buddhism, I trained with like 4 different Zen masters back, you know, when I was 17. The first one came to me, and I trained with 4 others, and then found the Taoist masters and the shamans and all that over the years. That they made it very clear that anything that we talk about, say we call God, the Great Spirit, all this, their fingers pointing to the moon, and the moon symbolizing enlightenment, ascension, awakening. That the human race generally stares at the moon, or I mean at the concepts, and we debate the concepts, like God's this, God's that, instead of looking where the finger points and experiencing it. But the dilemma they came up with, like you're saying, there's no words for it. That's why they say great mystery. It's beyond anything we can even talk about. So we use words to kind of guide. Like I tell people, a guru means teacher, guides. That's in Hindu, you know, in Hindi, in Sanskrit from India. It's Sifu in Chinese. It's Roshi and Sensei in Japan. So the best thing we could do is, as guides, is guide people to that stillness. But it's like lead the horse to water, but you can't force the horse to drink, you know. So the best any guy can do is guide you, like to let you know the kingdom of heaven's within you. But it's an inner journey, and it's alone. It's something you journey alone. Not that we don't have angelic teams and all these things helping us, but to go all the way through that void, because the void is still another dimension. It's the non-physical. It's what everything comes out. It's silent, you know. It's the silence, the stillness.
That's the thing is they're having issues. A lot of people are asking, how do you even meditate? like they're asking for guidance on meditation. And the thing is what I've learned, right, is like when I followed meditations at first, I had an annoyance with it at first because people that were used weren't slow enough. You know what I mean? They needed to slow down and let people get comfortable with slowing down first before, you know, those of us that are used to it now can like tap right in.
Yeah.
And so I've got a couple of people, some friends especially, that were just like, well, you know, how do I meditate? So is that something like I could start leading them into, is the meditation and relaxing first, and then they could learn what that void is?
Yeah, because the thing is, that like the Zen, any Zen means meditation. The word Zen, it's Japanese for meditation. It's Chan in Chinese, CHAN. So I've trained with Hindus, Buddhists, Taoists, and it's all the same. You know, I mean, obviously there's different sects that do different practices. We do koans, we sit still, but every meditation is really just sitting still. You might sit in full lotus on a cushion. You might. I have people just sit in a chair, because most people, I sat in full.
That was a great idea, by the way, the cushion.
Yeah, they have Zafu.
It really was.
They call it Zafu. You can get them on Amazon anywhere. Zafu means sitting cushion, and they're Buddhist, and they last for. I've had one for 30 years and used it thousands of times, and it's like brand new. I mean, they make good stuff, those Zen masters, but
right.
So basically, you know, just sitting with a straight spine. We say no peacock and no dragon back. You want, because the central channel has to have a perfect flow through it. So, you know, relaxing the body. So the straight spine, because we don't want to be hunched over. You fall asleep, you know, and you don't want to fall asleep, because the goal is to be aware.
Oh, I've done that. Right.
So, like in Zen,
I did that especially at first.
Yeah. So basically, you know, tongue lightly on the roof of the mouth, and then you're breathing in and out your nose. You know, fire breathing, that's water breathing. Fire breathing's through the mouth. So the gentle, it's longevity, slow, deep breaths, like at least, you know, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Or like the Zen master, what they say, because monkey mind, most humans, the mind's constantly going. So they would have you count your breath. You breathe in, it's 1. You breathe out, it's 2, up to 10. And then you start back over at 1. Because if you start wandering, you know, okay, I'm breathing in at 1, out 2. So that gets you to quiet the mind. And as the mind quiets, then that's when the stillness comes in, and that's that void state. We say, the Zen master said, you sit still like a mountain, body, mind, and spirit, that you transform into dragon and swallow the whole universe. Meaning you realize your oneness with all things through that heart center. I think we lost you there. Oh, Bridget, did I lose you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I think we lost everybody. My screen black.
Oh, pardon? I think, did you, can you unmute yourself, Bridget? Oh, did you want, oops.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, Nate, you disappeared there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did you raise your hand?
I did. I just wanted to say to Naomi on the question of meditation, that meditation doesn't necessarily need to look like something specific. You can do a walking mindful meditation, and it is just as relaxing and just as useful and medicinal and everything about it. So if somebody cannot quiet their mind and cannot get to a point of sitting, then if you can at least experience mindfulness, even while just walking, just being completely observant of the variance in colors, the texture of the ground you walk on, flowers that you may come across, the budding trees, different birds, different bugs, just by being simply aware visually and not speaking, just observing, just by being just by being mindful and just walking, and like that really is a simple and easy tool to get your mind going on, quieting and limiting at least the you know,
Yeah,
the
we would
extra
do
stuff,
walking
like,
meditation called Kin Hin, where you put your thumb in here. I mean, there's thousands of different meditations where you walk, but the
yep,
key to walking meditation, you watch like Thich Nhat Hanh. It's peace in every step, so it's a slow, conscious, and you
soft.
feel your foot touching the earth,
Yep,
very
yep,
slow, and just
yep.
it's bringing awareness in the body. But generally, like in the Zen and Tao, you know, you start with sitting because any kind of sitting practice, I mean, obviously you turn everything into meditation. That's just bringing awareness into the now moment. But for most people, you know, we start sitting, you know, because it's that stillness, you know, like the whirling dervishes in the Sufism, they spin until they feel like they're still. There are all those moving practices. So yeah, anything could become a meditation, but like when you go to a Zen master, they have you sit still and count your breath. That's like a beginner's mind is Zen mind. So
You can also say inhale and exhale inside your, you know, like say it to yourself as you're inhaling and as you're exhaling. And if you can keep your mind busy by focusing on those two words or focusing on counting your breath, then you will stop the busy mind, no matter what level of anxiety somebody has. If you focus your brain on one specific task, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, there's 1,000 ways to meditate, like the mantras, you know, the yogas, the this or that. It's like you just pick one and do it. You know, you practice. It's you just don't give up. You keep doing it over and over until you get to that state. People try this and then they try that, and they like pick one and go all the way. It doesn't mean that one's better than another, but you might. After 30 days of sitting totally still in Zazen, you have zero experience. Then try something new. But
I'm gonna try that when I go out in the woods this week.
Another thing the shamans will have.
Yeah, definitely.
As you're walking, you put your hands in claw shape, like at your side, and you have an open focus. You don't focus on anything because you're doing two things. Our mind generally, the hands just kind of flail. Our mind focus on this, that tree, that bird. So you're forcing yourself to have an open focus and your hands. It's impossible to think doing both of those things. So if you could do that and it opens, it'll shift your awareness to another realm and you'll see into other dimensions, other realms. But it's a consistent practice doing these things that you get results. Like people give up a lot of times after trying it for 10 minutes but sometimes it takes a minute, 10, sometimes a half hour to quiet the mind. So I tell people give it 20 to 30 minutes, and there's like a timer on these cell phone things, these little weird devices we keep in our pocket. The called Insight Timer. It's a meditation timer. It's free, and you can put it for 5 minutes, 10, 20, 30. So you can just say, okay, I got 30 minutes. Let me put that timer on and just go into the meditation, whatever it is. You know, you can sit there and say Om Mani Padme Hum. It doesn't matter over and over. We would get koans, which were like riddles that you're still you get.
God, please relieve all suffering on earth.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
Hey.
My alarm just went off with a prayer that said, God, please relieve all suffering on earth. I think it's a sign.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yes.
Namaste. Thank you.
Yes.
Aho. We are resolving all suffering in this realm, each moment at a time. You know, we're on the precipice of the new earth, its great awakening. So, I mean, we've built up, you know, myself and the masters I trained with over 40 years of holding the grid, the light, the love, transmitting into this realm. And it's just, I've been doing this 40 years. In the last 2 years, it's just been exponentially growing every day. In the last couple months, it's every second. So everything we're seeing externally that's going on is just a sign that we're in this great shift. You know, stay alert and connect to the joy and the bliss that's within, you know, in that heaven.
Yeah, basically.
Would anyone like to add to this?
Amanda, do you have something to add, sister?
Oh.
Oh,
I really love the mantra that you did this morning in yoga. Those words that you spoke were very resonant, and I know that I probably pronounced them wrong when I was trying to chant it away with you this morning, but I don't care because it still like shook my vocal cords up a little bit and expanded that heart awareness. So right on for that. That was really beautiful.
Thank you. Would you like me to share that? That's fun to
I
share.
Yes,
I
yes.
absolutely would.
So this morning I shared some of the Hiratu, I call it, well, Spirit calls it Hiratu Reiki system, and it is of the sun and of the stars, and it is of the Arcturian channel through beings Sunakumara and Takura. And I first experienced this energy in my first Reiki attunement, where the Hiratu, a symbol, came to me in such a light and imprinted. And I painted that symbol and sat with it for 2 years, just working with it in my Reiki practice and gazing at it and feeling the energy. And I knew it was some kind of a master symbol. And for 2 years, I sat working with it before the seed syllables and the sound was presented. Here, Ra, Tu. Here, the seed syllable, the root, Ra of the sun, and Tu, connection as children. And over the years, more energies have come through Reiki classes, working with students, working with the holy fire and reflection and witnessing and all sharing. An entire alphabet of this energy has moved through. And the 4 that we were working with this morning that Bridget is referencing are Zira, Zintar, Ayaram, Zira, eliminating that space where we fear being successful, where we fear feeling our purpose and living out our purpose and vibrating on every cell because of programming, because of structural upbringing, because of that dense energy. So Zira helps us break free from that limiting belief and accepting and expressing our highest frequency and version of self. Zintar is working our relationship with resources, with abundance, with money, with how we work with our energy reciprocally and how we allow ourselves to receive. So Zintar is working that relationship with how we accept and receive and express our relationship with that flow of abundance, that reciprocal exchange of energy. Ayaran is connection and opening of the third eye, the inner eye. Trusting one's intuition, getting familiar with your intuition, seeing that space in yourself and celebrating it and trusting. And here Khan is the space of complete divine protection, love, compassion. All the way to the 29th. Within, without, above, below. Here Khan. Only love in and only love out. And together they activate the frequency. This all works with the triple helix, activating dormant DNA, working the 6th and 7th ray frequencies of energy, opening gifts. And there's mudra that goes with it, and I'll show you. You can move along and it feels amazing. Is Zira Zintar Ayaran Hirkan. Zira, Zintar, Ayaran, Kirkan. Zira, Zintar, Ayaran, Kirkan. Zira, Zintar, Ayaran, Kirkan. These energies work through activation of sound, through vibration, through the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. In this system, the Trakota. So when you sing them, when you chant them, when you tone them, it activates and expands and creates that beautiful expansion within. Keratu.
Namaste. Thank you. Beautiful.
Thank you.
I got the activation. I'm fully lit up. Even though I may look like the void, I'm fully active now. Nada, did you, I can't remember, did you share about the QHHT?
What do you mean? Did I share?
I don't
Crystal, come
know. At the beginning of this, no, when we started, I know you you wanted to share something with, because I'm recording now. Do you mind Naomi and and Amanda if I share this on YouTube? Oops, I muted you.
They know it. They know it's going to be on YouTube.
Oh, they do?
Knew.
Okay. I always ask for permission. I mean,
Yeah.
I have people join me. But...
Yes, you have permission.
Okay.
Of course.
Thank you. And Nada, I at the beginning, before we started with the guests, you were saying about the QHTT session that you had, and sharing, because you're in Las Vegas, right?
I'm in Utah right now, actually.
Oh, okay, but you're normally in Vegas, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm both
anchoring
places.
the light into that cesspool there, you know. Shut
Yes.
it out. Let's starve the parasites, you know.
Most definitely.
You're anchoring the light right in the grid, just like I am in the portal here. In the Airyville. No, so you were talking about the session. I think you wanted to share something.
No, I mean, I said what I was going to say. I mean, what did you want me to share?
Well,
I mean,
just your services that you offer to humanity and what
yeah.
you do, because I know Beth and you are, and Bridget wanted to share something. It was so long ago. It was like an hour and a half. It's like 10 years ago now, you know. No.
Well, you know, I do the quantum healing hypnosis technique, and I mean, you could find me on Facebook under Nada Thrower. I mean, or my Instagram, what is it? Is QHHT practitioner, or QHHT _practitioner _ Nada. You know.
And
I mean,
you said you practice that and do, you know, work with clients face to face and through Skype.
I have done I usually do them face to face, but I have done them over the phone, and they work just the same.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the Beyond Quantum Healing, you know, that's how she got into it, because she started, you know, with Dolores Cannon, and then did it the other, started her technique. So, I mean, that's the same way. I mean, you can do it either way.
Yeah.
I mean, Dolores Cannon says not to, but I mean, I think we're beyond that now.
Oh yeah,
you know?
way beyond.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that you have to be in person, because if people need help, I'm going to give it to them wherever they are.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's been a lot coming through, just of the galactic battle that's going on, that they've removed all of the sinister forces on Earth are removed, and they're no longer here. So we are definitely in the golden age of existence, and so people need to keep in their heart space and keep in love, and we're going. Here we go.
Yeah, you know, unplug from the matrix and go
Yeah,
within. Seek ye
and
the kingdom of heaven within.
and it came through that this you know, with this scare of this epidemic, whatever going on, that it's actually slowed people down to come back into their heart space and be more family, be more focused on love. And it's actually with the, like Wuhan, like clearing up, like shutting down like it did. It actually, I saw a post from someone over there that said the skies are blue. They hear the birds chirping.
Yeah.
that everything is changed over there. So, I mean, that's really what it comes down to, is that perception of things, you know, that you just need to come back into family, into you know, uniting with your, you know, with everyone, and people need to realize we're all connected.
Yeah, and to stop feeding the matrix.
Right.
fear
And
that
I've been working a lot with waters, like with
Oh,
the
yeah.
water and purifying water and sending pure divine love and perfection to all waters everywhere. And that, you know, we're water, so that includes all of it, you know. So I mean, yeah.
I could send you some quantum codes, like 59 pages worth.
What?
They actually have a water, they have a number on there. It causes a water vortex. You could write it on bottles, on any container.
Yes,
You write it on opposite sides. Yeah, I'll send that to you.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I will definitely send that to you.
I would love that, because I've been
pouring water through a funnel.
Interested? I mean, I am glad to give that out to anybody, no matter what.
Yeah, and we'll put it out there. And also a simple thing like $1 funnel, plastic funnel you get at the store. You pour water through a funnel in that spiral. It called structured water.
Oh, nice.
Which they've used in many technologies. Plus, I've been taught, you know, Nikola Tesla, he got the patent. He invented what's called an ozone generator. Ozone is O3, three atoms of oxygen in every molecule.
Yes, come on. Crystal, come on. Really?
Oxygen, you know, that's why we breathe deep. You know, most people breathe shallow. We call it longevity practice, because in the Taoists and a lot of gurus in India, they say, you know, the time you have in this realm is, you know, it's in your DNA, but it's not how many seconds, minutes, or hours. It's how many breaths you take. So that's why they say fire breathing, the fast, quick, slow. And what do you do when you're anxious, anxiety, fear, flow, slow? So the meditation to get you into that deep breath.
Right.
So you're flooding your body with oxygen. So anyone that's ill, you know, any kind of illness, or, you know, we're resolving all these issues, these healing. Go into a hyperbaric chamber. I mean, they have them at all these medical centers that flood your body with super amount. Like many doctors, like Dr. Mercola, Dr. Berg, they say every human should do like once a month, 30 minutes in a hyperbaric chamber. It floods your body with oxygen. But what Nikola Tesla discovered, ozone, you know, it's in the atmosphere. When lightning strikes, it tears oxygen into a trinity of 3 atoms. And for $80 on Amazon, you can buy an ozone generator and create unlimited amounts of ozonated water, where it bonds 1 extra molecule of oxygen. And I'm not a scientific expert, but I've researched this stuff for 30 years, so I might say terms wrong, you know. So if I'm wrong on a terminology, but the you know, H2O, you aerate it in the water, and the ozone gets into the water. It's a gas, you know, it's like a bluish gas, and they've used it for 100 years all over the world to clean the air, to cleanse water. It's the most powerful detoxifier, cleanser. And when you bubble in the water, it puts an extra molecule. So within 20 minutes, the half-life in water is 20 minutes. So you bubble it for 25 minutes and drink it, and it floods your body. And they know that viruses, bacteria, fungus, they cannot thrive in an oxygen-rich environment. So drinking that deep, breathing deep, going, nothing, it's the most cleansing, powerful, healing. Yeah. We know oxygen is very important in the process of the body. You know, H2O is 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen.
I'm going to introduce you to my oldest daughter, Crystal. Get over here, Crystal. She's really shy.
That's all right. Trust me, you're much better looking than me.
She does work here in Utah. We had the shop together.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
And so she does quantum healing hypnosis as well.
Hi.
Hello, Crystal.
Hello, Crystal.
Beautiful
We
girl.
have a mystic and a crystal.
So I will be linking her in definitely with our page with the
Awesome.
work she does here. With the work she does here in Utah.
What's she
So
do?
she does the quantum healing hypnosis. She does
Okay.
emotion code. She does all kinds of things.
How do people get a hold of you, Crystal?
However they're guided to get a hold of me. No, I mean, I do advertise on social media. I do a lot of stuff, just like classes that I teach locally,
Yeah,
and
how
I
do
work.
they find you on
just-
Facebook, though?
Like, what is the name?
Yes.
Yeah, on Facebook. I know it's
Crystal. Yeah,
Oh,
it's Crystal Cola, QHHT.
Oh, okay. Crystal. Cool. Yeah, because I'm gonna put this out
J-
on YouTube. So.
Jojola is the last name.
Oh, okay. I knew that.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure you did.
Just spell it like it sounds, but with J
Yeah.
instead of H's.
I'm not even gonna pronounce it. Jololo. No.
Sounds good.
That's close, you know.
You know, you guys look like twins, you know.
Kind of. She does kind of look like me, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
have two
get
laughing
called
sisters.
sisters all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, that's awesome. Plug her in. I'm gonna probably tomorrow create that Divine 44 Facebook
He's creating a
group that all
Facebook
of you
page.
can post to and connect with each
And
other
we're
and
gonna do it
other
by the beginning
people,
of
and
the year,
we'll
whether
start
you like it or not.
collaborating on stuff. Yeah, so
Who's this bouncing between?
We're all on here with the Divine 44 right now. So this is Paul Butler.
yeah.
This is the guy you always listen to.
Gotcha. Nice to
Sorry,
meet
I'm
you.
not as impressive as I don't look as impressive as I sound. Trust me, I have zero ego. I can't even listen to my own voice, you know. Nails on a chalkboard, but that's all right, because you know, being empaths, you know, we got to step outside our comfort zones, you know.
It's true.
No matter how uncomfortable it may be. like a great master once said, nothing to fear, not even fear itself. Oh, wait a minute, that's what I said. No, never mind. Some buffoon said that on YouTube, you know. He thinks he's better than JFK. Whoever said that. I think it was JFK. Someone's gonna correct me in the comments. You idiot, it wasn't JFK. It was Delilah. You gotta laugh at it all because it's all nonsense.
Right. I do have another question, if you guys would mind, about the breathing. Like, I've gotten into this breathing, especially when it's through my heart chakra, almost this feeling of like passing out.
Yeah.
Like my knees would get weak. I obviously am receiving a lot of energy or something, but I've buckled twice. I try not to. I've learned now to kind of, I think, control it a little more. And I didn't know if it was something I should control, but I've learned to like kind of like flex in my abdomen and kind of root it better. But what is that?
Are you standing or sitting when you do that?
It happens when I'm standing. I like to stand with my feet on the earth, and it's usually outside when I'm in the woods.
Standing practices, like when you stand, we like any qigong or neigong, you know, when you stand, we always have like knee, like when you start, you bounce. So
yeah, my knees are bent.
Yeah,
my knees are bent.
Definitely, and relax. So what what happens is the mind.
I've even tried to dance a little bit, like just wiggle and dance and move my arm.
Like go into that feeling and you just let your body move with it. Like the problem is like if anything comes in and we try to fight it, it pulls us because your body's a magnetic
It
field.
did. It really pulled, and it was strong.
So we say just go with the flow because no, you don't want to stop or prevent that because that's actually pulling your energy where you need to go. Your body knows where the perfect alignment is, so just move with it. And
Okay.
say you get whaled with something, just sit next to a tree with your back to a tree. You know, but most things you can navigate through, and once your body's in that alignment, then you'll be in perfect balance and harmony, and you'll just levitate. You'll float away into
Yeah, I've done that. Right. Had that feeling last night, actually.
Then there's no problems there, you know.
Right.
It's like Alan Watts would say, total annihilation is total liberation. So don't worry about it, you know. but a lot of people experience that. Some people spin. Some people. That I always have people knee because if the knees are locked, you can face plant. I've had to catch people before.
Oh yeah, that's a funny thing is my knees weren't locked. I've actually tried to like just kind of move and bounce and like as Bridget knew one day I kind of like danced for my lover spirit. I danced for spirit just because I wanted to see the energy go different, you know. And whatever.
That
you know.
That wasn't your spirit. That was me. I snuck up and.
Right. It was beautiful. That's all I know. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that divine.
But it did take me though. It was quite a shock. Like the very first time it happened, I didn't even know something like that could happen. I was so unaware, and I was just grounding. There's this one spot because I go for nature walks that I walk past, and I always stop at. And it just feels like this vortex in that area, whatever it is, when I stop there. I just decided to breathe, and I saw a lion, a horse. I saw these different etheric animals, and I thought, breathe into this, you know, just breathe into it. And when I did that, I all of a sudden, it's like I passed out, and I didn't come to until I was already on the ground.
Yeah. But
I had no idea what had happened.
You know, you're protected no matter where you are. I've gone into the void and come out in different. I think I bilocated many times, but the thing is, just don't do it by a cliff like me. You know that.
Oh man,
that could be a long fall. You know. No.
Talk about taking the dive off.
I mean, if it happens, it's not suicide. I was not in my body. You know, it's like Paul jumped. No, he was pushed, man. Meditating, you know?
Oh man, yeah, that was something.
You know, because that's another energy. I mean, yeah,
right.
You know.
I mean, it even happened like even in like just a regular salt bath. If you're sitting lotus in a bath, you know, it's happened a little bit too. I've noticed it's really strong like that in the water, in the salt water.
Yeah. And that's the water, the divine feminine. So all this energy, you know, this movement, the masculine, the fire, you know, the yang is sitting still, not moving. It's just stillness, like you're holding a posture, moving. You know, is that divine movement. It's the creativity. It's the passion. It's the right. You know, we call it the downward flow because it pulls you into the earth, like the Kundalini rising up. That's fire. Like the Sifu I trained with for many years, he started his own lineage. He's a gold dragon, and it's a water path, divine feminine, because he said too much fire in the world, which we all know. But we say we don't put out the fire. We need fire, but the water's been suppressed. The feminine, it's masculine, the patriarchy. So the feminine's rising up now. I mean, look at who we have here. Even Chuck went and hid. No, I'm just kidding. There, he's laughing. He's holding the divine masculine flame in Colorado.
You know something? I just wanted to say that I was just looking at something. It is the Ides of March.
Yep.
Beware the Ides of March. And that is for the New World Order. It's their time of tribulation, their darkest hour.
Yeah, they're done. We are the new Earth. We are the event, and
Yep.
we're rising. And once we hit critical mass, the whole thing is the game's over. But it's our game. You know, it's the love game, the love boat. So
Oh my gosh.
this Earth becomes the love.
Excited
Keep going, keep going.
I'm just so excited now. I'm just so excited now
I know,
because
you should be.
you know it's actually happening, and I'm seeing it every single day.
Yeah.
And they're going down, baby, going down. They're
And we're
removing them from the
resolving
planet.
it. It's like we're rising up. You know, as I explained to a lot of you, you know, we're like I said yesterday in my transmission, if you listen to Star Blossoms, when I saw it, I'm like, of course, because I say blooming or flowering, but a blossom, it's the lotus. You know, we anchored into the 3D false grit, you know, that the muck, the filth, the dirt, you know, of thousands of years of suffering. The lotus anchors into that mud, and that sacred flower rises up through the still waters to bloom into the heaven, into the light. And that's where we are as a collective. I mean, thousands of years, it was an individual ascension, the rainbow body masters, the body of Ra, the indestructible diamond body. Every ancient spiritual practice had that ascension activation. But now what's different, and with this ascension, is it's for all. You know, so when people see where we go one, we go all, it's like, yeah, of course, because it's a collective thing. I don't
Yep.
know, like what people say about this and that. It's like we're not worshiping
You
anything
know,
other than our divine true self that is one with all things. And Sifu's Navajo teacher in the Red Willow Society would say, we're not even real human beings yet. We're learning to be real humans of the light, of the hue, of the color.
yes.
By living
Yes.
100% from our heart, being connected to all things in all realms and all timelines. So that's the process we're all going through, and we're feeling, and there's still challenges and obstacles, but as each of us rise up and we reach this critical mass, I mean, I'm getting constant activations, downloads, like you said, Naomi. It's like you have to tell yourself, stop, right? You know, or like, you know, because this is
Oh man.
too. You know, we're releasing.
It's almost like you just go into the zone writing in itself. I mean, and then it's like when you said on one of your videos, you create, you manifest, you retreat, or whatever your process was. That was a really, really good tool. No, because it was kind of like, I knew like that was like a pattern, like going in, like doing the meditations, clearing that cup, creating something. And boy, when spirit really wants to get into something, it's like 4 or 5 hours of writing.
Yeah.
Minimum. And then it's like when I'm done, go into the void. And then I will literally say out loud, I claim, like I wait until I feel that emotion of love when I can get in, you know, in that space. And I just say, I claim my creations, and I just throw it out into the void, into the universe to manifest. And then when I feel it's empty, then I come back and just know, you know, it's taken care of. And I just thought that was beautiful.
Yeah,
that was a really good process.
That's part of this process of, you know, the expansion, compression. It's emptiness form. So we fluctuate. That's a quanta. You know, you know, appear, disappear. You know, this fluctuation that. So there's a good book by Walter Russell and Leo Russell, his wife, the true divine. You know, some of the first divine feminine, masculine souls that incarnated. And she wrote a book called Love. He wrote The Secret of Life. But together they wrote one called God Will Work With You, But Not For You. Meaning that the source, our highest self, doesn't pick and choose. It needs our guidance, our awareness. So if, for instance, they would use an example, you break your leg, that leg's going to heal. God would be the healing principle, the natural law of healing. But if it's broken crooked, you could pray and hope and wish, but if you don't straighten that leg, it's going to heal crooked. The universe thinks you want it crooked. So you align it in a straight line, then it heals straight, and the universe says, okay, you want it straight. If you leave it crooked, it stays crooked, you know? So that's how we work together, and tapping into that zero potential, you know? Did something manifest I didn't see? Or is it just...
It's just, it's, oh, shoot. What happened? Oh, okay.
Bang,
it's
bang.
just so awesome. It's just awesome because, I mean, seriously, this has never, ever, ever been done before. And we are witnessing, we are actively a participant in it. And it's been attempted many times before and has not been successful. But this time we are successful.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It is happening. And the outcome's already decided. It's already been. We're just, going there and creating it. And the abundance is going to be so just awesome. Something that we've never, ever experienced before.
And it's beyond imagination too. I mean, we use our visions but what's coming, what we will manifest here on the new earth is infinite potential. So there's no rules and regulations. Oh, it's going to look like this. No, it's going to look like that. Anything you can imagine, it multiply it by 1,000, and that's what it can look like when we all tap into our full potential.
Right. So those people that we run into that are like, wow, they're afraid, because of the economy, or they're afraid because of these change period. We know what's going on, and we're able to comfort them, and we can say, listen, okay, there's stuff happening. That's going to come, and we can tell them what's going to come. So maybe they could and change their focus on that, to help them a little bit.
Or you've been here, done that, so you can help. But did you want to say something, Bridget?
Yeah, I just want to say for a good majority of the products that are imported at this time, or at least used to be, know and understand that there is at least one very simple plant, hemp, that happens to be legal to grow nationwide now. It is an agricultural product. Hemp alone can replace 90% of the things that we get imported from China. All plastics can be made from hemp. Our clothes, our ropes, toilet paper, paper that we write on. There are many. They're doing concrete now. The houses that are built from hemp are not only bug resistant, but
Those were
they last
cool.
a lot longer. So for all of the fear out there that we're never going to have these supplies again, know that there are other companies here in the United States that will pick up that slack. We just have to give it time for that process to do its transition. But hemp alone can save this world. Hemp alone can save the economy. Hemp alone can sustain people's jobs. It can build. It can rebuild. It is food. It is everything.
This string here is made out of hemp. My necklace here is made out of hemp.
Yep.
I made. But you're right. I mean, it's a powerful plant. It's like bamboo. I mean, you could do a million things.
Bamboo too.
A pro star of ours has a hemp farm in Hawaii. His name's Steve Sakal, S-A-K-A-L. I can't remember the name of his farm.
Right.
But you all can connect with him on Facebook, especially if you want to start working with hemp too. I mean, he's, I think, a supplier and does all kinds of hemp stuff.
And we already do. Like the people we're with in Colorado are either hemp farmers or hemp seed distributors. We're very much in the hemp industry.
Hey,
in Colorado.
Bridget, you didn't talk yet now in this recording about what you do and what oh, there you are. It's hard to see. What does that say? Green.
It says green.
Hold on a second. Let me make it big.
Hyphen.
Oops. I'm having trouble. Okay. I made it full screen here. Green Earth.
Faith.
Oh, Green Faith. Okay. Maybe pull it back a little bit. There we go.
greenfaithcollective.com with, is it a hyphen?
Yeah, the hyphen in there. Green hyphen faith hyphen. Okay.
Yep. And it
is that with Reverend Baker?
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Is that with Reverend Baker?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know who's asking, but yes.
Yeah. I don't know either. Oh, and you also offer Reiki healing too, right?
I do. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, so does Amanda. Amanda does Reiki. She does different energy work. She does yoga. She does Arban. All of us are in the Wyoming and Colorado area. We call in these parts we call it Wyco.
Nice. Not like wacko, but Wyco, you know.
Yeah, WYCO. Like
Yeah.
I'm right at the Wyoming Colorado border, and Amanda is just in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So her and I are like 30 miles apart from each other, but
You're close to Fort Collins, right?
Yeah, I'm 15 miles away from Fort Collins.
Okay. So there's a lot of people in Fort Collins. So anyone there can get in contact through your website, right? And on Facebook too, which is
absolutely
just Bridget Garcia on Facebook.
Bridget Smith Garcia.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Yes. But I am going to have to go here very shortly. I need to meet with the minister. He's going to Jamaica to. Yes, we actually have property in Jamaica and a restaurant as well.
Wow.
So that's
awesome.
super exciting. Yes, very, very exciting. But prayers for him for sure. Safe passage to and from. I just wanted to send the holy Reiki fire to each and every one of you guys, each and every one of your neighborhoods, your families, your cities, each of your states, connecting each and every one of you to the crystalline source and to the central sun, bringing in the holy Reiki fire to surround, transmute anything that's not from love, to bring communities together to share the abundance, to share what little bit of extra they may have, for communities to come together to love each other and take care of one another and look out for your neighbors, call on your elderly, check on the disabled. Just make sure that we all have what we all need. This is all temporary. Like all things, this too shall pass. And to each and every one of you and your extended families, connecting all of us around the globe, beyond the waters, the rest of the countries, all across the globe, I blanket you all in the holy Reiki fire, and I love each and every one of you. I thank you so much for your truths. Thank you for this space. Thank you to my beloved teachers. You are awesome and so amazing to work with, and I owe everything I have and am to so many of you. Thank you all.
Namaste. Oh. Would anyone?
I got about 10 more minutes.
Okay, yeah, me too. So we'll wrap things up. But anyone like to add anything else?
I love you guys.
I love you too. I love you
forgot
all.
to say how people can get a hold of me. So I'll do that real quick if that's okay.
What did you say, Beth? Sorry,
I forgot to say how people can get a hold of me.
Yeah. Let us know. Let me. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, there we go.
Just really quick. It's soulfirealchemy.org.
Yep.
And you can find me on Facebook at Beth Soulfire. I'm on Instagram at soulfire.alchemy.
And let people know real quick. Let people know real quick, like the services you offer, because I know you do stuff too, the Reiki and other things.
Oh, well, I'm a shaman, but I do beyond quantum healing. I'm a Reiki master. I do a technique that was kind of gifted to me called Starlight Energetics. So if you want to find out more about that, I won't go into a big explanation because we're short on time here, but you can also check out interview with Laura, because I do talk about all of this stuff, like what I do and what I offer. So I work with people through transformational healing programs, the Starlight Alchemy, which is sort of a combination of everything that I do into one. So everybody's different, and so each and every person gets a little something different depending on what it is that they need specifically. So that's pretty much it. And other than just teaching and healing and I've got some events coming up and things like that, retreats, and we've got locally a near-death experience symposium coming up March 28th. But all that you can find on my website, soulfirealchemy.org.
Beth, you're in Nashville, right?
Knoxville.
Oh, Knoxville. My bad.
Mhm.
Knoxville.
That's not far. It's like an hour and a half. So,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah, but I work with people all over. So it doesn't matter where you live. I can work with you.
You can work through Skype and stuff too, right?
Absolutely. Yep. I do it a lot. So
Good. Awesome. Yeah. So
that was pretty much it.
Oh, cool. So I'll probably edit this and upload it tomorrow on like Paul Butler Prime Disclosure. And for the Divine 44, I'm going to do a private, the beginning part of just our updates and stuff. I'll post that and unlisten and put it in the group. So if you'll see like pretty much my email systems for the Divine 44 haven't been working. So I've been posting everything in the group. So if you want a private session, just put in there or send me a private message on Skype. But also what we want to do, we spoke about earlier, is maybe do live streams with guests and the team and stuff like that. Like if someone has something they want to promote, share, stuff like that. I'm working on the technologies, but I pretty much have it working. It's just working with Zoom and that and this and that. It's complex.
If you want, I can end this too somewhere with the violet flame transmission.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
definitely.
a lot of energy right now.
Yeah, me too.
I just figured if something was coming through.
I was going into the void, so I'm
feeling some really.
So, before we end on that, so we'll end on that, Naomi, and just let us know when it's done. We'll go into silence at the end for a few minutes. But did anyone else want to add anything before Naomi starts? Hey, look at this angel. Carol's got a little angel there. Little angel.
Yeah, got a little angel.
Oh.
I saw Naomi earlier. I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to interrupt the person. Your little angel kitty. See these little deities. Okay, if anyone wants to worship anything in the whole universe, worship cats.
My cat would second that.
Right.
Take that clip out of YouTube and post and say, look, if Paul's telling people.
He's been stalking my phone the whole time everybody's been talking.
Some kitty love, I'm feeling it. The purrs, the freaking meows, the whiskers, the pointy. I'm not going to get obsessed. Not going to get obsessed with it. Although I am, I admit it. Taking a deep breath. So anyone like to add something? And I want to add that Sarah's with us transmitting from her energy she picked up from Uluru. She was at the ceremony at the Cosmic Consciousness in, I think, January 12th, when the Uluru, the heart of Australia, the umbilical cord of Pachamama connecting to the central sun. She was at that ceremony. So we're getting that energy. There's Sarah transmitting her Uluru energy to us. Aho. So Naomi, you can, if no one has anything else to add, thank you, Sarah. Wonderful to see you, divine sister from the land down under. I got a vegetable sandwich. I can't. Olivia Newton-John, we love you. Yeah, but I was obsessed with Olivia when I was 12, but I admit it. Xanadu, now we are here. Okay, I grew up in the 80s. My bad.
Me too.
70s, 80s, 90s. I'm still growing up. I'm still about 12 years old most of the time. Like that Neil Young song, I am a child, I'll last a while. You can't see all the pleasure of my smile. Ken is a much better singer than me. I'm sure most of you are. We sing because you got to sing out to sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. The Cat, he was my brother, Cat Stevens. I got to admit it. I'm letting it all out now.
You need to do the kicks with the top hat.
Bring it out.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Okay.
Maybe that's why I love Cat so much. Cat Stevens programmed me with his freaking mantras that I would blast into the night as I screamed on my 5,000th dark night of the soul. It's like, why have you forsaken me, Father? It's not, my child. In the end, you will know why you came here. It only took me 30 years with my hard head to break through, you know.
If you could see the way Mimi was looking at you right now.
Angel, you know I love you. Damn it, kitty cat. Why do you do this to me? With your sacred purr. I bow to thee. Sacred cat. He's possessed, man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna joke anymore. Oh, look at Mystic. The Mystic. Oh yes. Van Morrison sang about you. Kenna knows it, but look at that little. I'm gonna make this little angel full screen here for the world to partake in. There he is. This is who I worship. Aho! The divine pure awareness coming through in the end times. Wake us up, beloved one. Wakey, wakey.
Speak it.
You're so cute.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
I'm all set from laughing.
Oh, yes, little angel. Did you come to save us? Aho! I can't even save myself. You know? It's like I can't look at this freak, you know. It's like
all I see is you, Paul. I don't see anything. I just see you.
Yeah, because on your screen you have to put it to full view or like speaker view. Maybe, I don't know.
Speaker view.
I think there's like a speaker view. So, yes, little mystic, give us your love light. Yes.
Oh.
He's transmitting his mystical powers from source through this divine vessel that hasn't been corrupted by the matrix. Yes. Aho, aho.
I'm gonna bite my lip on that.
Oh, just do it. Just do it. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Indeed.
Bring it on. Let's see what you get.
Well, I don't know if you know what you're asking on that one.
No, believe me, I've seen it all, heard it all. You can't offend the Heyoka. I am the sacred clown.
Yeah. All right.
That is
All
my
right,
best
man.
friend. Here he is. Over my left shoulder. even Mystic's like, I don't know about that one, buddy. Like, you've just gone over the line. You stepped over the line in the sand. Yes.
Oh no, there's no line. There's no boundary.
The sacred wind came in and blew all lines away. Yes, little angel, sing us a little song from the angelic realm. Yes. Namaste. I'm getting a Reiki transmission from Mystic. So we'll finish with Naomi. You want to go into your blue ray or purple ray?
Yeah, I'll do we'll do a violet flame transmission.
Excellent. And I'm going to go into the stoid. Okay, this is an inside joke with myself, but my one Qigong teacher, when I would go into an altered state, he would call it the stoid. And what the stoid is, it's a cross between a stupor and the void.
My
Yeah,
dad
probably.
brought me to
I
the
spend most
hospital
of
for
my day
that.
in the stoid. You know, it's not quite in the void. It's not awake. It's not totally a stupor, but it's a stupor void. So it's the stoid. Kitty cakes. See, Ken is.
Lights are on, no one home.
I'm jealous. You all have kitties, and all I have is my invisible friend here. I call him Darth Snailman.
Because you could call him.
No, but he's my friend. He's really got pudgy, chubby cheeks with rosy cheeks, you know. I laughed because I said I thought Death looked like the Grim Reaper. He's like, no, I come in many forms, you know.
Oh, wow.
So on that note,
Oh gosh, my mouth hurts from smiling.
something's not right with me.
What's right with any of it?
Nothing. That's what's
You
right.
have to be on your mind to get in
Want
it.
it to be?
Like the Cheshire Cat told Alice, you have to be crazy to come here, you know.
That's right.
Exactly.
It's a mad, mad world, you know. And it's upside down, it's twisted and convoluted, you know, and we're trying to make
That's all right, though. That's all right.
it is because
That's when it stays interesting.
yeah, keeping us on our toes.
Okay.
Tippy toe. So we'll
All
get
right.
started with Naomi's violet fire from the divine feminine source of the void.
All right. In the name of the beloved I am, and all the legions of the archangels, and the violet flame. Beloved I am, presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master's flame, called forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth the violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name. I am, the fire breath of God, from the heart of beloved Alpha and Omega. This day, I am the immaculate concept in expression everywhere I move. Now I am full of joy, for now I am full of expression of pure divine love. Beloved I am presence, seal, seal, seal me now within this very heart of the expanding fire breath of God. Let its purity, wholeness, and love manifest everywhere I am today and forever. We thank you wholeheartedly for your loving grace and command to cast out and transmute any density, negative energies, fear, panic, and distortions out into the abyss of the sacred violet flames. We ask for all divine beings to now fill all of the empty spaces with the highest light and resonance of the immaculate concept and seal, seal, seal this process. And so it is.
And so it is.
144,000 fully activated, fully awake, fully aware. Here now. Whew. The angelic realm is coming in. Archangel Michael. So with any energy that's coming in, connect that to the crystalline core of Pachamama. As we breathe in the heavenly chi, the holy chi, the sacred energy. With each breath you take, you can breathe in the heavenly chi, the golden light, filling your vessel with the sacred flame. The threefold flame is fully activated. Letting go, letting go, letting go, going through and through and through. Miteakoyasin. 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 Aho. Yeah. Break on through to the other side.
Woo!
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Compressive breakthrough
Let's
activate.
do it.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
Every time I would
Feel the
transmit
love.
anything, my connection would just go. Every time I started transmitting, my connection was like gone.
Divine feminine coming in. Goddess energy rising up to balance the fire with the water. Aho.
Aho.
The eagle fly with the condor. Divine masculine of the north merge with the divine feminine of the south, the divine condor, the divine eagle, through the Belu, little boy blue. No, wait, then the blue eagle wave spell.
Hey, I will say this. I will chime this one in.
Bring it on.
This project, it's random, but I thought you might be interested. This project that I've just been laid in my lap, it's a top quality project. I actually canceled the meeting and the practice and rehearsal today to be here. But the song that I am writing with them is about the Blue Eagle. That's the first one that we're recording. So it's kind of really new. Yes, it's kind of this really twist new rock music that it's like, which way do I go? Which way do I go? But I'm trying to balance both. So I put them aside today to be here, but it is about the Blue Eagle. So we'll see if that turns into something. That would be fun, right?
Yeah, and if when you're done with it, come on here and sing it for us.
Yes, sing it for us.
Yes.
I love it.
I'm using some Mayan lyrics that I'm being driven to do that. So
Can you sing it for us? Can you sing it for us now, honey?
No, I'm in the middle of writing it. I'll sing Vanity.
Okay,
for
can you sing?
do that.
Can you sing?
I don't really
Can
feel
you
like
sing us
it.
something else?
Carol wants you to sing for us. Come on, bring on the
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vocal, the wind spirit.
Yes.
It's just for Paul. It's kind of an inside joke. Oh man! Oh, I thought my connection was broken again.
You're like, boom!
Okay.
You're not singing.
Your neon light will shine for you. There you go.
Yeah.
Keep it coming.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, sing the whole song, honey.
I'll ground your energy. It's beautiful.
It is.
Send me in time. Good music.
Oh yeah. And Janet,
Hey, and everybody that's here, will you tell me, just because I am writing these things, I'd never really looked up my Mayan stuff. I guess I'm water and storm, and I have 3 eagles. What are all of you? Can you tell me, like, what are all of you? Do you know your Mayan stuff, your Mayan art?
No, never heard of it.
Yeah. That's what it's funny because I teach it, but I'm the void.
You're the void?
Yeah, I came in and with the
Nothing and everything.
Pachamama Day.
Okay, I want to look up more about
that. I didn't take in any of the symbols.
How do we find out?
Oh, you can go, just Google it. Say your Mayan calendar and your birth date.
Oh.
I think there's like a lot of different charts on there.
Yeah.
I think I got lucky and just happened to go to the right one first. but you might have to dig a little to get like all of the information, because then I told someone else to go look theirs up, and they said they had a lot of trouble with like the with getting the right info on the chart they would pick. So they had to go through like 2 or 3 of them to get all of it. So just maybe put it in a few different ones, and you'll be able to get all of the info.
There's different perspectives too. You know,
Can somebody
right?
can
I've never
somebody
looked
post
at
it?
my What was that?
Can somebody post it maybe?
Yeah.
I was
I
just
can
wondering
try.
if somebody could post it maybe.
I can try, unless
That would
do
be
you have
awesome.
a better one, Paul?
Yeah, I'll post something at the in the group
Okay.
after we're done. I think,
Awesome.
if I remember.
Awesome.
So
It's
you're
only in
the
the village
void.
now.
I'll look that up. Does anybody else know then? No, nobody else knows what they are?
Ken, are you on Facebook?
Yes, I am. My Facebook's kind of maxed out, but I'm looking forward to you guys making the Divine 44 room, because, you know, like being on a large platform, I have to be careful not to scare them away if they aren't ready for the weird. So I kind of am trying to balance both. I would love to have that page and hook them separate. That would be really cool for me.
I'd like to message you and maybe send you some symbols and attunements that you don't have too. I believe they're from the more. I said I get these random things on Pinterest. The universe just sends me so much, but they're actual like activation symbols. They're psychoactive material is what they are. If you're interested in some of those things, I can send you those images and the information about what they entail. Yeah.
Sure.
And as long as any healer that's on, that's with us, like I said, I have these 59 pages of quantum healing codes. I'm not sure how to send a PDF. It hasn't let me do that one quite yet, so I might have to blow you up for a minute with those.
That's okay.
They're beautiful, beautiful codes. They're very strong and very effective. And they are so amazing.
Yeah, send them.
Okay, definitely.
When you guys find out your Mayan info, post it for me. It's just, no telling where it might lead me. I was just drawn to ask. So, because I did mine, and I had never done that before. I thought it was really interesting.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, each day was sacred to the Mayans, so it was like when you were born, you were given the day, and then your family or whatever, so it was like to them every moment was art. So it was like the day you came in symbolized the energy of that special sacred day. So I believe
so that,
two people had the exact same name.
Can you tell me the difference really quick, just for the sake of writing these things? Understand, I don't need a whole bunch, but can you just give me a couple of things that you feel drawn to say to me? What is the difference? So the water would be my main thing, and then the storm is the other. Can you give me anything on that at all? What does the other mean, the storm one?
What is it?
Like,
well, I mean, anything, dealing with the storm. What does a storm do? It clears things. It resolves things. The storm and water obviously are connected because the water coming from the storm. So.
No, I mean like I know that what are they called? My main one is water, and then the other one is storm. It's like your day sign or something. What are the names of those? What are the differences in the two main ones? That's all. I was wondering if you could clarify that for me.
Of the glyphs?
Yeah, the two main ones that they give you, your two main ones. I know you have all the 6, but you get those two main ones. And my first one, my main one is water. Yeah. And then what do they call that? The day sign or something? What is the other one? Is that right?
Well, I mean, they had day and night, but I'm not an expert on the Mayan calendar, and you're
okay. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the name, like. I know some things of the Mayan calendar, but I have to talk to my Guatemalan friend, that grew up in Guatemala to get the names, what they mean. So I'm learning myself,
Okay,
because
I'll look it up.
It's a process. I've only been studying it for about a year. I mean, I've studied like the Mayan calendar for years, but as far as like what each day means, so I'm kind of learning as I go. And
yeah, I was drawn as well. Okay.
Yeah. I share other people's work because my time is so limited that I don't have much time for studies anymore, and that was something new that came like a year ago. It really came in for me, and that's why every day I share.
No study time?
Yeah, I have no time to study other than study my own navel. Contemplating.
We're going to the belly button. We're not getting the belly button.
Contemplate like your navel. That was.
I'm not talking
your
about
mind
that.
into the hara, you know. That's a cheap.
Oh man.
Grounding into the physical, you know. I'm just a clown. I'm a heyoka. I don't know anything really, you know.
Oh man.
People are like, why don't you transmit your own stuff? Because here, I'll give you an example of my own stuff. Here it comes. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Ready. Oh my gosh, really?
I told you, I am the void. That's all I got.
Guess I didn't expect that one.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I didn't expect it coming, but I don't know how to silence this phone. But
I'm gonna mute again. Are you getting that signal still? Can you tell me that? Are you getting that signal still when I'm unmuted? The sun. Are you getting that now
no,
while I'm
actually,
unmuted?
it's not as bad, but it's doing something weird though. Like I'm not.
It always does that. I almost wonder if I'm supposed to just sit here like this. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to chime in. I know I've been MIA.
Oh yeah,
but
that's okay.
I've been at work. I've been at work. I love you all. I'm gonna mute myself again.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, don't worry about it. You know, all's good. All's unfolding exactly as it's meant to be, and you know, I have no.
Yes, I just wanted to let you know, like,
you know,
there's some interesting developments. I guess I'm writing Mayan rock music right now.
Yeah.
So you know, we'll see.
I want to hear it.
Last night I felt myself floating off the couch.
Oh yeah.
It's freaked out a little bit. No telling. I watch everything. I try to stay with you guys, but I'm kind of being pulled into two things at once here. So.
Yeah, we all are. We're jumping multiple timelines now, so don't worry about it. We know you're with us, and you know the Divine for our team. That you know it's this. You know all of us are in this realm, but obviously all of you, especially you know today, through these crazy intense waves coming in. I mean, everyone that's here right now is meant to be here. I mean, I don't pick and choose ever. Like even the Divine 44, I didn't pick and choose anyone. My guides, I didn't know who was coming. I didn't say this person can, that can't. Whoever got through their gateway, through the portals, ended up there. I'm like, I don't know who it is. I'm not, and I didn't tell anyone no, and I didn't push anyone away. It's just, a lot of people contact me, some emails I didn't get, sometimes they didn't get it. I mean, it was this huge thing that unfolded that everyone that ended up training, and because everything shifted in the last 2 weeks. So
oh my goodness, right? I don't know how many times there's days where I will jump like 3 times in a day.
Yeah.
Right now, it's been happening for a good 3 or more weeks. Where I mean, I'll just be laying on the couch and the whole couch, just like when you shake a sheet. That's how I describe it to people when they feel. I'm very sensitive. I can tell when I'm jumping. I don't like the word jumping, but you know, it's what we got.
Oh,
it's like when you shake a sheet. When you flip a sheet and it goes through, you know, my whole couch, my whole bed, the ground underneath me is doing that like a few times a day almost right now. So I feel you.
Yeah, we're all quantum jumping constant. You know, it's.
I feel you.
You know.
No, I send you guys energy every day, and yeah, no, I'm just being pulled to do something else too. So.
You know, and we as a team accomplished everything that needed to in the last 6 months. My lip is going into some weird freaking thing right now because I just got hit with a massive wave. But I've spent over 400 hours one-on-one with each of you in the last 6 months. So we've accomplished everything that needs to. So anything from here out, it doesn't matter what happens. There's zero expectations. I accept everything
exactly
as it is and as it comes, and I love it
Yep.
all, and I love you all, and I appreciate you joining me today and everything you're all doing for the clay. You know, we all came here for this mission to uplift all of humanity, and we're not going to stop, and we're not going to fail. I don't care if they kill me 1,000 more times. It's like
Yep.
they can't. You know,
Bring it on. Bring it on.
bring it. You know,
Yay.
I have a twitch because of it.
Twitch.
See, hey, okay.
Oh, man.
I wasn't hey, okay until
Sorry, I forgot I was not muted.
So I look forward to, you know, what's coming, what we're all going to do together and connect. And I'm going to put that group up tomorrow, hopefully, if everything works out, and put this video up tomorrow so that people can see that I am crazy. That's, yeah. So
That's the best part.
lose a few subscribers tomorrow, you know. How dare you? No, I don't know. That's the thing. You just say from your heart, because no matter what you say, there's going to be people that are offended. You know, that's why, like Jordan Peterson, he would say, you know, who dictates what hate speech is? You know, I mean, obviously there is hate speech, and we don't want to promote hate, but who's the one that picks and chooses? Like, and it's usually the worst people that pick what the the most hateful people that choose what the hate is. You know, so it's a challenge for all of us. I mean, I've seen, you know, so many people come and go over the last 10 years, you know, through the lightworker community, and it's like a lot of people got fed up with the attacks and stuff, but it's like it happens, you know, it's part of the process, and it's like, but I've noticed, like, over the last
That's sad
got
too.
less and less. So I mean, in the beginning it was constant attacks and this and that, and then each year, and then, so I mean, it's not what it used to be. So we know, so it's like we just don't take things personally, and, you know, connect with people that we're meant to, and let go of who doesn't resonate with us. So every video, you know, in my video, we say that if it doesn't resonate, there's a million other channels and a million other people you can go worship them, but you should worship me because I'm the best. But I mean, go, that wasn't a subliminal message.
Oh.
Oh, I am the ultimate guru.
Oh.
Someone got offended by me saying guru. It's you know, the Western mind. You know, the East is the rising sun, the West is the setting. After World War II, the masters of the East came to the West because they're like, we got to help these crazy bastards rise up. You know, they're just sinking this whole place. They're sinking the ship. You know, it was after World War II. You know, I trained with Japanese and Chinese. You know, that they're, so it's like, you know, guru, obviously teacher guy, but the Western mind, that it's just one of those spiritual gurus, you know, or that's new age. They're all bad, you know, all this stuff, and it's like they just don't get what it means, you know, because the media constantly, every time you hear a cult, oh, it's Luciferian. A cult means hidden, you know. Obviously, there's occults that do nefarious things, but there's also occults that raise the spirit. It just means hidden. Just like guru, it's not negative. It's a guide, a teacher. I mean,
Trigger words that are used to trigger people. Yeah.
No. So because, you know, obviously, no one wants to worship someone else or feel less. I say everyone's their own guru, but I might guide people to find the kingdom of heaven within if they can't find it themselves. You know, I mean, that's what every teacher throughout history did. That's
We appreciate you for that. We really do.
We all do the best we can. You know, everything falls where it shall. What goes up must come down. You know, the rise and fall. We call that the one law. You know, the rise and everything follows that pattern. That's that sine wave. Living in sin, you know, caused the separation, and night and day, and winter and summer, and, you know, birth and death. Aho, kind of. Oh, I thought you were. Hey. So we'll
No, I was listening to you. I was thinking about my fruit here. I was in what you was talking, man.
I don't even know what I was saying. You know, it's funny, like when I go into that altar, like when I do my transmission and I'm like, you know, daily thing, and then I'm done, I'm like, did I just say that? Like, as I'm playing back. I usually leave most things, but once in a while I delete. I'm like, I know I'm gonna offend at least 50 people on this one. No, I do my best not to be offensive. I could be the most offensive, crazy person in this realm, because people are like, oh, they swear in front of me, and it's like, no, sorry, I swore. It's like, really?
That's when you make it a little more crazier than it already is. Cross that line. Cross that line.
From the streets, you
This
know?
is my guru.
Oh, there's the angel. Look at that smile. She's smiling at me.
That's my
She's smiling at
guru,
me.
right?
She loves me.
One of them. I have 3 main gurus. This is just one.
Oh, look
A
at
little heart
she's
note.
so
Is that a-
beautiful.
Aww.
What an
This
angel.
is Turtle.
She's an angel.
Turtle.
But she is.
He is, actually.
It's a
Hi,
boy.
Turtle.
He came to
Hi,
save my
Bobby.
butt.
Turtle. Hi, little turtle.
Yes.
He is so cute.
And he's got a girlfriend. Her name's Danica.
That lucky cat.
I know, right? That Morningstar is just lovely.
Oh.
Ooh-wee.
He's a pimp. You know.
Well, I think my battery's gonna die, so I love you guys.
Mine died years ago. But
I'm
that's
really
okay.
glad you did this so we could check in with each other. It felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's been.
Love you too, Kenna. We
I
miss
love
you,
you guys.
Kenna.
I miss you
Love
too.
you
I'll be
too.
back. I had to take a break. There was so much going on. But I
We're
love all
gonna
you
do.
guys.
Thank you for
Bye.
joining us.
We're gonna do regular calls. We're gonna do regular
Okay,
calls.
we need a phone call where we can talk smack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
We're gonna,
Mwah.
yeah. Okay. Bye, honey.
Bye.
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 So I think we'll wrap it up.
Wrap it up, Paul. Give us a big one.
Oh, I gotta say something. I thought I was just gonna
Yeah.
get into the silence. Where do I begin? Well, it was a long and dark, stormy night.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine 73, you know. We got Mother Nature on in 1973. Yeah, he's been running ever since. It's like, I will hug you and kiss you, me and more, you know. I will kiss you. It's funny, my battery just popped up and it said, it is running low. Your battery is running low. I said the battery died years ago, and it's mocking me. But I better wrap it up, thank you, because my laptop probably is gonna die. I don't have it plugged in. It's gonna close down. But thank you, Naomi, for joining us, Carly.
Thank you, you guys. You have the most amazing energy.
Thank you for joining us, Paul Butler. I appreciate you, and
Thank you, everybody.
oh, thank you. Great to see you all, and I'll see you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, blessings in the light.
Nice
Love you.
meeting everyone. Thank you.
Namaste.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.
Namaste.
Ciao, ciao.
Hello.
Oh.
Aho.
What'd you call me?
Oh.
There we go.
Aho.
Oh, bye bye.
Oh.